We're heading out from Freetown towards Kwama, where a contact has said 4 people died just yesterday. Before we can even get there, we have to stop at Devil Hole.
Doesn't look like it, there's no veil. So we've got one person's dead there.
Yes, one person is
ill here.
Yeah, two people here.
One person dead, several apparently dying. You dial 117 for emergency services here, and they're supposed to come for the sick and the dead. It's after 11. They've been calling 117 since 7 this morning.
So I called 117 this morning, at least to tell them what happened. They responded to my compensation, but they told me that they will be here very soon.
So they wait with no protective equipment here, angry, frustrated, frightened.
The house you're seeing 50 meters away is, the villagers tell me, the house where this man lived. Now that's not where his body is. His body has been moved some, 80, 100 meters down to the other side of the road here. He's lying under that tree right now. The problem is, how did he get there? The villagers say that he was moved there. That happened with at least 2 or 3 people without any adequate protection at all. That is a near certain way of catching and therefore spreading Ebola.
Worse, the villagers tell us the men who carried Osman Gabondo to his last resting place have fled into the jungle. Not far off, we're taken to see where Aminata Gabondo, one of Osman's 3 wives, lies desperately ill with Ebola. People here don't understand why nobody's come to help. A policeman arrives, very close and without protection, but what can he do? When you're in Devil Hole, the international aid limit for Sierra Leone looks to be too little and too late.
This is a contact tracer. They are the guys who can follow the history of people who've contracted the disease. Once somebody is tested positive, they try to know who and who they might have come into contact with, just so that they follow the trail of the virus.
Sure.
So what's your name?
Vincent Rogers.
Thank you, Vincent. Vincent, who are we going to see? Who is here?
You are going to see 2 of the patients here that are being affected with the virus.
Okay.
And Vincent introduces us to 2 more sufferers. This is Mohammed Kamana.
So this is the husband. She has been vomiting blood.
Right.
Eyes are red. He's feeling weak.
His wife sits at some distance, and we can do little more than phone the Red Cross again and offer them water. An agitated group in Devil Hole this morning as we arrived. It did not look good. Sure enough, Aminata Gabondo, who we filmed yesterday, had died. Writhing in the heat and dirt all day into the night. No ambulance, no comfort, no human touch at the end.
We need support. We need support. The government is vulnerable. We need support from the international world. Because look at the situation now. The transmission is completely moving faster.
The tree marks Aminata's last resting place, but no one has any protective gear here. There is no cordon, and she lies by a busy pathway.
Devil Hole, just one village in this country. But this is what the desperate shortage of beds here looks like. The body of Aminata. She suffered all day in the blazing sun, only to die here last night. And a few hundred yards to my right, Mohammed, still waiting for an ambulance to come after 28 hours and counting.
200 meters away, Mohammed told us he is aching and he is vomiting and he is waiting for help.
So what is the problem? If you dial 117, you should get an ambulance to go to the clinic.
Yes.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen at all. We've been trying to reach them time without number, but they couldn't show up at all.
So they console Mohammed and persuade him not to try to flee and thus perhaps spread Ebola. His wife Kadiata, terrified because she's been in close contact with Mohammed and wants an Ebola blood test. We'd filmed Mohammed Kamara on Monday morning, feeling sick, he said. No ambulance had come. We had talked again yesterday. He was iller now, in great pain. Still no hospital bed available, therefore no ambulance would come.
What's my name?
Today, when we went to the village, we knew there would be no talking. He had succumbed to Ebola at 5 p.m., a long, agonizing public death because the world still cannot provide the beds for people here. His wife, they said, has fled, another serious hazard. And all around his body in the dirt, the stains of the bodily fluid through which Ebola is spread on contact. The lack of beds makes this hazard public. There's no cordon, there's no protection, there are no safety protocols out here. And for Mohammed Kamara, there was no hope.